Hello students. In the last class, I completed the light reaction. As I already told you, photosynthesis is a complex chemical reaction which is divided into two phases. The first one is light phase and the second one is dark phase. And in the last class, I explained about the light phase, and today I am going to explain about the second phase of the photosynthesis, that is dark reaction. Dark reaction, in this particular reaction, the atmospheric, I mean gaseous carbon dioxide, which is taken by the plant by stomata, because the plant on the leaves it consisting of stomata. Actually, the stomata in dicots it is present towards the lower epidermis, whereas in monocots it is present both on the upper epidermis and also in the lower epidermis. That is the reason why dicots it is called as, I'm really very sorry, the dicot leaves are called as hypostomatal leaves. I mean, hypo means lower side, stomatal that means stomata it is present in the lower side of leaf, that is called hypostomatal leaf. Whereas monocot leaves as both the sides, I mean upper epidermis also and also lower epidermis, on both the sides the stomata are present. That's why it is called as amphistomatal leaf. Amphi means both the sides of the leaf stomata are present, hence called amphistomatal leaf. With the help of this stomata, the plants can be able to take the atmospheric carbon dioxide in. Now this carbon dioxide which entered into the mesophyll tissue, it helps in the production of the carbohydrates. So in the dark reaction, the atmospheric, I mean gaseous carbon dioxide, it gets converted to the carbohydrates. You know which form, I already told you in the previous classes, 2-3 times I actually told you, into C6H12O6, I mean glucose. And of course later glucose it converts into sucrose, and then sucrose it converts into the starch. That all story we explained in the Munch hypothesis, phloem transport में. In the transport of the plants, the topic में the last topic is phloem transport. In that Munch hypothesis, I already clearly told you how this glucose it is converted to sucrose, and then the sucrose it is converted into the starch. All the details I already gave you. If you forget, once again you go back to that Munch hypothesis and again you read it, then you will recollect everything. Now I wanted to tell you is, in dark reaction the atmospheric carbon dioxide it is converted to the carbohydrates with the help of the products, the end products of the light reaction. What are the end products of the light reaction? Just in the yesterday's class only I told you, so you have to remember this, you must know this. In the end products of the light reaction are ATP and also NADPH. So both this ATP and also NADPHs are the end products of the light reaction. Now these end products of the light reaction, they acts as the energy sources for the dark reaction. For light reaction, who is acting as the energy source? You know na, light reaction mein sun is acting as a light source. Sun rays it consisting of small packets of energy called as photon, and each photon it consisting of some amount of energy. That energy it is called as quantum energy. So that serves as energy for the light reaction. But dark reaction ke liye where is the energy? There is no energy. That is the reason why it is taking, because it is not depending upon light reaction. It is also, I'm sorry, dark reaction it is also called as light independent reaction. That means it don't depends upon light. When it is not depending upon light, उसका energy कैसे मिलेगा? Energy मिलेगा क्योंकि it is depending upon the energy sources that are produced by the light reaction. That is the reason why dark reaction it is also called as light reaction dependent reaction. It is not depending upon light, that's why it is called as a light independent reaction. Though it is not depending upon light, it is depending upon the end products of the light reaction. That's why the dark reaction is otherwise called as light reaction dependent reaction. Small things only, very important. This simple points only you need to understand so clearly, then you don't get any confusion. Hope you understood what is dark reaction, where the the fundamental concept of the dark reaction was given by Blackman. Don't think that मेरा जैसे वो black रहेगा, please don't think like that. That is his name, okay? Because Blackman has given, that's why the dark reaction is, it is called as Blackman's reaction. And Blackman clearly told that dark reaction don't depend upon the direct sunlight. That's why Blackman is a scientist who called dark reaction as this reaction as dark reaction. So the name dark reaction was given by Blackman. But please understand, he just told that this is a reaction which do not depend upon the sunlight, hence he called it as a dark reaction. But the complete details, that means the whole reaction, was not explained by Blackman. So please don't get confused. Blackman, he told it do not, that means it means this reaction do not require any direct sunlight, hence it is called as a dark reaction. Itna hi, that only was given by Blackman. But the complete dark reaction was explained by a very famous scientist. His name is Melvin Kelvin. In the year 1961, he also received Nobel Prize for this. This is a very important thing what you need to understand. Melvin Kelvin is a very important scientist who also received a Nobel Prize for the explaining, for the explanation given towards the dark reaction, where this dark reaction, as I clearly mentioned in the what you call definition itself, atmospheric carbon dioxide, it is converted into carbohydrates. That is the reason why this dark reaction, it is also called as biosynthetic pathway, or it is also called as carbon fixation, or it is also called as biochemical phase. See, मुझे भी इतना नाम नहीं है, this many names are not there for me also. See, dark reaction is having so many names, okay? It is called as carbon fixation, it is called as biosynthetic pathway, it is called as carbon fixation, and it is called as biosynthetic pathway, as this reaction is explained by Melvin Kelvin. This reaction is also called as Kelvin's pathway, as the idea of the dark reaction was given by Blackman. It is also called as Blackman's reaction, where in this whole reaction mein, the first formed stable compound is a 3-carbon compound that is called as a phosphoglyceric acid. That's why it is also called as C3 cycle. See, this many names. See, biosynthetic pathway, first name. Second name is carbon fixation. The third name is biochemical phase. The fourth name is, it is given by Kelvin. That's why it is called as Kelvin's pathway. The fundamental idea of the dark reaction was given by Blackman. So it is called as Blackman's reaction. The first formed stable compound of this dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound that is called as phosphoglyceric acid. Very simply you can call it as PGA. Even in exam also confidently you can write PGA, that means phosphoglyceric acid. That's why it is called as a C3 pathway. See, this many, that means 6 names it has, okay? Where Melvin Kelvin and his associates are also there. That means Melvin Kelvin alone did not describe this reaction. Actually, Melvin Kelvin, he associated with some other scientists. One of the most important scientists, Benson. That means Melvin Kelvin along with Benson, they studied on chlorella. While they are studying on chlorella, they used chromatography and also radioisotopy. By these techniques, they detected all the reactions of the C3 pathway. That means C3 pathway means dark reaction. As I already told you, why it is called a C3 pathway? Because in the dark reaction, the first formed stable compound is a 3-carbon compound that is called as phosphoglyceric acid. That's why it is called as a C3 pathway. Please don't forget this. This is one of the very important point. If you forget, you don't understand anything. So the first formed stable compound in the dark reaction is 3-carbon phosphoglyceric acid. That is the reason why it is called as a C3 pathway. Hope you understood now. Now let us take all the details of the, with this I completed the introduction part. Hope you understood what is the introduction part of the dark reaction. Now I am going to explain about the actual mechanism of the dark reaction, so please understand so carefully. If you don't understand, ask me. Now if you take the mechanism of the C3 pathway, or which is also called as Kelvin pathway, this what you call Kelvin along with the Benson, they recognized this C3 pathway. It takes place in three important phases, three important steps. What are they? The first one is carboxylation, which is also called as carbon fixation, and the second phase is reduction, and the third phase is regeneration of RUBP. And every step we need to discuss it so clearly, then we can be able to complete the C3 pathway. Then only we can be able to answer all the questions come in the NEET. So please understand so carefully, then it will be very useful to solve all the questions in your NEET. Okay, now let us take, this is a cycle. Now as I clearly told you, cycle, it has three important steps. What are they? The first one, it is called as carboxylation, so this is step 1, and the step 2 is reduction, and the last step, the third step, is regeneration. So these are the three main steps of the Kelvin cycle. Now let us take the step number 1, which is called as carboxylation or carbon fixation. You write anything, you don't worry, meaning is same. Now in the carboxylation, what happens, basically the complete dark reaction, it takes place in stroma, whereas light reaction, these are very important points, these are key points to be frank. Light reaction, it takes place in the thylakoid membranes of the chloroplast. Yeah, I already told you, chloroplast, it consisting of small sac-like structures, and each sac-like structure, it is called as thylakoid, and the thylakoids are always present in group, and each group of thylakoid, it is called as grana, and adjacent granas are connected by stroma lamella. These all points hope you remember na. So the light reaction, it takes place in the thylakoid membranes, because the thylakoid membranes, they consisting of photosynthetic pigments, एंड लाइट रिएक्शन के लिए क्या चाहिए? लाइट एनर्जी, क्वांटम एनर्जी चाहिए. एंड इन द क्लोरोप्लास्ट, who has the ability to receive the light? Photosynthetic pigments. That is the reason why the light reaction, it takes place in the thylakoid membranes. Then you will get a doubt, sir, because the photosynthetic pigments are present in the thylakoid membrane, they have the ability to trap the sunlight, so they are taking place in the thylakoid membrane, the light reaction, it is taking place in the thylakoid membrane, we understood. Then why dark reaction, it is taking place in the stroma? It also can take place in the thylakoid membrane na? Then why it is not taking place in the thylakoid membrane? Why it is taking place only in the stroma? This is a very good question. For that, the answer is, for the dark reaction, we need one enzyme, very important enzyme, that is called as Rubisco. What is Rubisco? There is one specialty for this Rubisco. You know what is that? It is a most existing enzyme. Will you believe me or not? I am telling you, 16% of the proteins in the chloroplast, it is synthesized by Rubisco only. What is Rubisco basically? Ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase. Again, I'll repeat. Rubisco full form is ribulose biphosphate. Sir, either bis is there and you are calling it as bi. What is the difference? Bis means it is a Greek term. Bi means I am converting into English. That means meaning is same, but if you call it in Greek, it is bis. No, if you are translating it to English, then you have to call it as bi. Basically bi means two are there, two phosphates are present in ribulose, that's why ribulose biphosphate. Itna hai, zyada nahi. You please don't get confused. There is one beautiful thing in biology. 90% of the meaning and answer, it is present in the word. If you understand the word, then you can be able to answer 90% of the questions. That is the beauty of biology. See, in the name itself, ribulose, to the ribulose, two phosphates are added. That's why it is called as ribulose biphosphate. And it is sensitive to carbon dioxide also, and it is sensitive to oxygen also. That means it is one way sensitive to carbon dioxide and it is another way sensitive to oxygen. So it is called as carboxylase and oxygenase. See, such a very easy what I call meaning, but that meaning you will get it when you understand this, when you properly read these words. In biology, 90% of the answers, they lie in the word itself. So read the word and try to understand the word and you will get the answers. Okay. Now, this Rubisco has one important property. What is it? That is the most abundant enzyme. So, on the Earth planet, the most abundant enzyme is what? In NEET exam, there is a chance of coming of this question. So, then this type of question come and then your answer must be Rubisco. What is Rubisco? Just now, 2 minutes back only I told you, ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase, and it has a dynamic property of 16% of the proteins are synthesized by rubisco only in the chloroplast. That's the beauty of this enzyme, because this enzyme is required for the dark reaction, and that enzyme it is present in stroma. That is the reason why the dark reaction it is taking place in stroma. There is a proper reason, my children. There is a proper reason for every logic behind the biology. Light reaction it is taking place in thylakoids. There is a beautiful logic. What is that? Photosynthetic pigments. Light reaction के लिए क्या चाहिए? Light energy चाहिए, and light energy can be trapped by the photosynthetic pigments, and that photosynthetic pigments are present in the thylakoid membranes. That's why light reaction it is taking place in thylakoid membranes. Whereas डार्क रिएक्शन के लिए रुबिस्को एंजाइम चाहिए. रुबिस्को एंजाइम it is present in stroma. That is the reason why the dark reaction it is taking place in stroma. Okay, now you understood na site of dark reaction. Now tell me in exam, if this question is asked, what is the site of dark reaction, then rubisco. What is the reason for the dark reaction taking place in stroma? The reason is due to the availability of the enzyme rubisco in stroma. That's why it is taking place in stroma. Now you understood na? Now let us go for the first step of the reaction. Hope you remember na? Dark reaction it takes place in three phases: carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. Now I am discussing about the first step, that is carboxylation. Now what happens in carboxylation? Let us see. Three carbon dioxides it comes to the stroma. How it comes? I already told you. A stomata is the one it helps in getting the carbon dioxide. Now three carbon dioxides it enters into the stroma of the chloroplast, and these three carbon dioxides they reacts with RUBP. What is RUBP? RUBP means ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. Very simply, every time you can't be able to write ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. That is the reason why simply you have to write ribulose 1,5 biphosphate के लिए the simple terminology is, the simple abbreviated form is RUBP. Okay, you understood now? Now these three carbon dioxides they reacts with RUBP. How many RUBPs? Either देखो, how many are there? Three RUBPs. Okay, with three RUBPs, three carbon dioxides will react. How? In the presence of the enzyme called as Rubisco. You remember na? It is a most abundant enzyme that is present in this world. Okay, in the presence of Rubisco, three carbon dioxides they react with three ribulose 1,5 biphosphates. Okay, now please understand, very clearly listen students, otherwise you will get little confused. Okay, now I am telling you something, please listen very carefully. Each ribulose 1,5 biphosphate it is made up of 5 carbons. So one ribulose 1,5 biphosphate consisting of 5 carbons. Now please understand how many ribulose 1,5 biphosphates are getting utilized. 3. So 3 5s कितना होता है 15 कार्बन्स. Am I correct or not? Each ribulose, very simple logic, please don't get confused. एक रिबुलोस 1,5 बाइफॉस्फेट मॉलिक्यूल में, एक आरयूबीपी मॉलिक्यूल में कितना कार्बन है 5 कार्बन्स. नाउ 5 3 कितना होता है 15 होता है. सो हियर 15 कार्बन्स. नाउ दिस 15 कार्बन्स आर एडेड टू हाउ मेनी कार्बन्स. ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में कितना कार्बन्स होते हैं दिख रहे हैं ना आपको, क्लियरली दिख रहे हैं ना कि कितना नंबर है एक, है ना. सो 3 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में कितना होते हैं 3 कार्बन्स. नाउ 3 carbons in form of carbon dioxide and 15 carbons in form of ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, I mean RUBP, they reacts, they combines in the presence of Rubisco and forms 6 3 phosphoglyceric acids. Very simply you can call it as PGA. What is the meaning of PGA? Phosphoglyceric acid. PGA, P phospho, Z glyceric A acid. So 3 PGA. Now each the 3 phosphoglyceric acid molecule, that means 3 PGA molecule has 3 carbons. Like that how many are formed? 6. 6 3 कितना होता है 18 होता है. Am I correct or not? इधर कितना है 15. So because one RUBP has 5 carbons and each RUBP has 5 carbons, and how many RUBPs are participating? 3. 3 5 15. 15 plus 3 is equal to 18. And here how many are formed? 6 PGAs are formed and each PGA has 3 carbons. So 3 6 कितना 6 3 18 बराबर हो गया ना. So this is how you need to understand, and this simple questions only you will feel complicated in NEET, and you will give wrong answers. Understood na? So how many carbons are participated and what is the output? 18 carbons are participated, 15 carbons are given by RUBPs and 3 carbons are given by carbon dioxides, and the output is 18 carbons in form of 6 3 phosphoglyceric acid molecules. That means 6 3 PGS form में मिल रहे. Okay, and this process of conversion of the carbon dioxide to the phosphoglyceric acid molecule, it comes in carboxylation. Now we understood now what is carboxylation. Now one more point I need to tell you, as the first formed stable compound दिख रहा है ना, this is a cycle. The whole cycle में what is the first formed stable compound दिख रहा है ना, what is the first formed stable compound? PGA. As PGA, it is a first formed stable compound and each PGA has 3 carbons. That is the reason why this dark reaction or Kelvin pathway, it is also called as C3 pathway or C3 cycle. Now you understood, I think so. Now you, I think you clearly understand than in the introduction. Of course, introduction mein most of you must have understood, but still here you must have understood, I think so clearly, because the first formed stable compound is PGA and each PGA it consisting of 3 carbons. That's why it is called as C3 pathway. Now we understood now what is carboxylation. Now let us take this same cycle in some theory form. Okay, now carboxylation. Rubisco. What is Rubisco? Ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase is the main enzyme that is participating in the C3 cycle, which is present in the stroma, where it is equally sensitive to carbon dioxide and also oxygen. That's why it is called as RUBP carboxylase and oxygenase enzyme. Okay, and it is a most abundant enzyme. This all points I already told you. Now the carbon dioxide acceptor in the Kelvin cycle is RUBP. That only I told you, the carbon dioxides, they are coming into the stroma and they are reacting with what? RUBPs. दिख रहा है ना, clearly दिख रहा है ना. So that only I am showing. Here I am showing it in a cyclic manner. Now I am showing in a sentence manner. So please don't get confused. If you understand cycle, to be frank, a genuine fact, at least I need not to explain all this also. But when you are writing down, you should know how to write. That's why I am writing. I typed all these things. Okay. Now the first carbon dioxide acceptor is nothing but RUBP, and this whole reaction, it is catalyzed by Rubisco. Okay, now see 3 RUBPs, each RUBP which is having 5 carbons, that means 3 5 is 15, it reacts with 3 carbon dioxide. Students, see, I did a mistake. आपको clearly दिख रहा है ना what mistake I did? How many of you noticed? Yes, this is a mistake. See, CO2. I forgot na. Successfully I forgot. Okay. Every time I do this only. Okay. Now, again I forgot. You see, did you notice with 3 carbons? Okay. Now, these 3 RUBPs, they react with 3 carbon dioxides in the presence of Rubisco, and it forms 6 phosphoglyceric acids, and each phosphoglyceric acid it consisting of 3 carbons. Okay, so this is all about the carboxylation reaction. I think you understood, but still any single doubt is there, you please ask me. Again, I will explain you. Okay, hope I am thinking that every one of you understood what is carboxylation. Now, let us take the second step. I told you now 3 steps. The first step I told you till now. Now I am taking the second step. What is second step? Reduction. Reduction में this PGS, how many PGS? याद रखो के 6 PGS. Each PGA it utilizes 1 ATP. How many PGS are formed? Tell me. 6 PGS. Each PGA के लिए कितना ATP चाहिए? 1 ATP. So 1 PGA 1 ATP. That's why 6 PGS. How many ATPs are utilized? 6 ATPs are utilized. So by utilizing 6 ATPs, 6 phosphoglyceric acid molecules, they converts into 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecules. Okay, again I repeat, every 3 PGA by utilizing 1 ATP, it converts into 1,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecule. Like that, how many are participating in the reaction? 6 3 PGAs. By utilizing 6 ATPs, they are forming into 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecules. Now, this 1,6 biphosphoglyceric acid molecules, by utilizing 6 NADPHs, they converts into 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. Now, in this reduction reaction में ATPs are utilized. How many? याद रख 6 ATPs. And how many NADPHs are utilized? 6 NADPHs. Am I correct or not? So here both ATP and also NADP किधर से मिला? याद है ना? किधर से मिला? लाइट रिएक्शन से मिल गया है ना? So that is the reason why this dark reaction, it is also called as light reaction dependent reaction. I think now you clearly understood, because after seeing this you must have understood. First thing is, every phosphoglyceric acid utilizing 1 ATP and producing 1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecule. Like that, 6 phosphoglyceric acid molecules, by utilizing 6 ATPs, they are producing 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids. And 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecules, by utilizing each 1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecule has 3 carbons. By utilizing 6 NADPHs, they are producing into 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. Okay, now you understood now. So this is all about the reduction. Now I will explain in theory format. Okay, let us take reduction. Reduction में क्या होता है? Now, due to the series of the reactions, due to the like a flow of reactions, the reduction, it results in the formation of glucose. Whereas in this reduction, these steps involve the utilization of ATP and also NADPHs of light reaction. Whereas how 6 molecules of 3 phosphoglyceric acids, by utilizing 6 ATPs, by utilizing how many? 6 ATPs, they are producing 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids. Okay, now this 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids, by utilizing 6 NADH2s, they are forming 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. Thereby 6 NADH2s are coming, and here if you want, I think you must have understood, but I need not to tell this, but still I am 6 ADPs. Okay, 6 ADPs. Okay, hope you are understanding it. Okay, now 6 ADPs. So this is all about the reduction. Now let us go back. Some part is still left. Now this is 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates are formed na, out of the 6, 5 go back to the reaction into the cycle, whereas 1 come out. See इधर से 6 है ना, 6 में 5 रिएक्शन में पार्टिसिपेट करेगा एंड एक बाहर आएगा. नाउ एक बाहर आया ना, सी 6 में 5, सी 5 G3 पीस. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ G3 पीस? ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फॉस्फेट्स वो रिएक्शन में जा रहे हैं, वेरएज एक बाहर आ गया एंड दिस एक बाहर आया ना, इट कन्वर्ट्स इनटू DHAP and this DHAP it is called as a dihydroxyacetone phosphate, each consisting of 3 carbons. Now this is a temporary storage form of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. Now this after finishing the regeneration and again this cycle again it takes place na. Now when the cycle it is taking place again and one more glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate will be added na. Now this glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate plus the DHAP which is again converted into glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, this both each 3 carbon compound they reacts together to form glucose 6 phosphate and the glucose 6 phosphate it converts into glucose. So this all reaction it takes place in the reduction. Now you understood, I think so, but if you understand also I will repeat once again. Now in the carboxylation the output is 6 3-phosphoglyceric acids and each 3-phosphoglyceric acid it consisting of 3 carbons. इधर तक समझ में है ना? Now this glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates, that means PG, I'm sorry, this phosphoglyceric acids PGS, they by utilizing ATPs they converts into 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids. Now this is 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids by utilizing 6 NADPHs it converts into 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates and each glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate has 3 carbons. Now out of 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates, 5 they enters into the cycle and 1 it comes out, and this 1 which came out it waits for some time in form of DHAP. What is DHAP? Dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now once again this cycle takes place na, and once again that means second turn mein what happens, one more glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate it will come na. Now already one glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate it is waiting in form of DHAP and now one more G3P is added. Now both this G3Ps are reacted to form glucose 6 phosphate and glucose 6 phosphate dhire dhire it is converted into glucose. This is how the reduction reaction it results in the formation of glucose. Now you understood na? Now yes, reduction. Now from 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates, 1 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate it is temporarily stored in form of DHAP and the remaining 5 it helps in the resynthesis, that means the third step of RUBP. After the formation of one more G3P it reaches to DHAP to form, it reacts to DHAP to form glucose 6 phosphate which later converts into glucose. So this is all about the reduction, that means the second step of the carbon the Kelvin pathway. Hope you understood reduction. Now let us take the last step of the dark reaction, that is nothing but regeneration. Regeneration में how many are entered? Tell me. 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate में एक बाहर आया which helps in the formation of glucose, whereas 5 है ना, 5 बाकी है ना, this 5 by utilizing 3 ATPs they again converts into ribulose 1,5 biphosphates, that means RUBPs. कैसे? 5 each glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates में कितना नंबर ऑफ कार्बन है? 3 कार्बन है ना. नाउ 5 3s कितना होता है? 15 है ना. नाउ how many ribulose phosphates are, how many RUBPs are participated in the reaction? 3 and 3 each and every RUBP has how many carbons? 5 carbons. So 3 5s कितना है? 15. इधर 5 G3Ps 5 3s कितना है? 15. लॉजिक समझ में है ना? This is the way by which you need to understand. देखो इधर कितना नंबर ऑफ carbons are utilized 15 because 3 5 is 15. इधर कितना 5 3 is 15. बराबर हो गया ना, एकदम बराबर हो गया. Am I correct or not? So for every resynthesis of one RUBP, one ATP is utilized. That's why 3 ATPs are utilized. So the 3 ADPs are formed. So this process it is called as a regeneration, and again one more cycle and one more G3P, like that, one more like that. This is a cyclic process. Now you understood na? So this is called as Kelvin's pathway. Hope you understood carboxylation, understood reduction, and also understood regeneration. I am thinking so, but if you don't understand, you please ask me. I am ready to explain you once again. Now a very simple logical question I'm asking you. Very simple question. The complete Kelvin pathway, it is producing ग्लूकोज है ना. नाउ एक ग्लूकोज, सिर्फ वन ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल के लिए कितना नंबर ऑफ एटीपीस, कितना नंबर ऑफ एनएडीपीएचएस चाहिए? अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन. कितना नंबर? देखो, very simple, you just count, you by yourself you count. Now in the reduction, 6 ATPs, and for the regeneration 3 ATPs. Now tell me 6 plus 3 kitna? 9. Am I correct or not? Like that, how many cycles are taking place? 2 cycles. Am I correct or not? Because first cycle mein 3 carbons are added in form of what I call DHAP, and second cycle mein one more G3P is added. So this G3P, when it is reacting with the DHAP, it is producing glucose 6 phosphate, and then it is producing glucose. Now for this, how many rotations chahiye? 2 twice. That means twice if you take 6 एक सॉरी 9 एक साइकिल के लिए, एंड दूसरा साइकिल के लिए और 9 चाहिए. दैट मीन्स 9 + 9 18. अंडरस्टूड ना? सो एक ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल के लिए पहले साइकिल में DHAP, पहले साइकिल में 9, दूसरा साइकिल में 9. 9 + 9 कितना होता है? 18. सो नंबर ऑफ ATPs consumed are 18. Now how many NADHs are required? एक साइकिल में 6, दूसरा साइकिल में 6. सो 6 + 6 कितना होता है? 12. सो एक ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए 18 ATPs are required and 12 NADHs are required. Now we understood ना? Now एक ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल के बनाने के लिए हाउ मेनी टाइम्स द केल्विन साइकिल इट नीड टू टेक्स प्लेस? 6 टाइम्स. बिकॉज एक साइकिल में एक ही कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विल बी एडेड. सर आप कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं सर, आप क्लियरली दिख रहे हैं इधर. इफ यू टेल लाई आल्सो, आप क्लियरली मुझे दिख रहे हैं 3 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड्स. सी, when I'm explaining in the cyclic format, I need to show you all these compounds so clearly. That's why I have taken 3 and 3. But actual cycle कैसा होता है ना, एक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विल बी एडेड. एक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, एक ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फॉस्फेट, आई एम सॉरी, एक फॉस्फोग्लिसरिक एसिड, एक 1,3-biphosphoglyceric एसिड, एंड एक ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फॉस्फेट, एंड देन इधर ऐड हो जाएगा, and either add joy like that 1 carbon dioxide it will be added. But for your understanding, I can't be able to explain 6 times. That is the reason why I have taken 3 one cycle mein, 3 another cycle mein, so that I can be able to show you the RUBP synthesis so clearly. Hope you understood. I think now you understood so clearly. But if you understand also, I will again explain it. See, for the formation of one glucose molecule, the Kelvin pathway, it takes 6 times, because one Kelvin pathway mein one carbon dioxide it will be added. Glucose mein how many carbons are there? 6 carbons. C6H12O6. kitna number of carbons are there? C6. That means 6 carbons. That means एक cycle में एक carbon will be added. Like that 6 carbons के लिए कितना cycles? 6 cycles. So कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए, वन ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए द साइकिल नीड टू बी रिपीटेड फॉर 6 टाइम्स. बट फॉर your convenience, but for your understanding, I have taken 3 carbon dioxide in one cycle, and in another cycle mein I have taken 3 carbon dioxide. One cycle mein 3 carbon dioxide for DHAP formation, and another cycle mein another 3 carbon dioxides for G3P formation. I think now you understood na? Students, if you don't understand, without any hesitation, you please ask me, and again you can even call me, and then I will explain you, okay? But please don't hide your doubts, okay? You express freely, this is my doubt, so please clarify it, then I will definitely clarify it. Hope you understood. I am thinking so you understood the logic so clearly. For your convenience, I have taken three carbon dioxides in at a time, but actual sense में in actual carbon Kelvin cycle में one carbon dioxide will be added in one time. That's why वो एक ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए, एक ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल फॉर्मेशन के लिए केल्विन साइकिल नीड टू रिपीट फॉर 6 times, एंड एक ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए 18 ATPs आर रिक्वायर्ड, एंड एक ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल के लिए 12 NADPHs आर रिक्वायर्ड. So this is all about the what do you call Kelvin cycle. I forgot to explain the regeneration in theory format. That also I'll complete, and then I will end up today's classes. Regeneration of RUBP. Now glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. How many glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates? 5 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. Each glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, it is having how many carbons? Tell me. 3 carbons. So 5 3 is 15. Now these 5 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates, with the help of 3 ATPs, they are producing 3 RUBPs. Each RUBP is having how many carbons? आपको याद है ना? 5 carbons. How many carbons? 5 carbons. Now 5 3 कितना होता है? 15. Now 3 5 कितना होता है? 15. Now इधर number of carbons and इधर number of carbons एकदम बराबर हो गया ना. And for every RUBP formation, every एक RUBP formation के लिए how many ATPs चाहिए? एक. How many RUBPs are formed? 3. That means 3 ATPs. So 3 ATPs are also formed. So this is a regeneration of RUBP. Hope you understood the class, students. I think so. This is all about the dark reaction. But for my satisfaction, I will give just 1 minute recap of the Kelvin cycle. In the Kelvin cycle, this dark reaction, it takes place in the stroma, because the stroma, it consisting of Rubisco, because Rubisco, it is present in stroma. The dark reaction, it is taking place in stroma only. This such Kelvin cycle, it takes place in 3 steps. The first step is carboxylation, second step is reduction, and the third step is regeneration. Now let us take the first step, that is carboxylation. In carboxylation, the 3 RUBPs, each RUBP consisting of 5 carbons, that means 3 5 15 carbons in the presence of Rubisco. By adding with 3 carbons, that means in form of carbon dioxides, that means 5 plus 3 plus 15, 18 carbons in the presence of Rubisco, it converts into 6 3 phosphoglyceric acid molecules. So 6 3, each phosphoglyceric acid molecule has 3 carbons. So 6 3 is 18. Okay, now you understood. As the carboxylation process may, the first formed stable compound is a 3 carbon phosphoglyceric acid. It is also called a C3 pathway. This is all about carboxylation. Now we understood step 1. Now step 2. Step 2 is reduction. Now each phosphoglyceric acid molecule utilizes 1 ATP. How many are formed? 6. 6 PGS. By utilizing 6 ATPs, it converts into 6,1,3 biphosphoglyceric acids. Now this 1,3 biphosphoglyceric acid molecule, all the 6, they utilize 6 NADPHs, and then they converts into 6 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. And each glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate consisting of 3 carbons. Now 6 में 5 they participate in the cycle, एक बाहर आएगा in form of 1 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, and this 1 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, it will be temporarily stored in form of DHAP, and in the second turn, in the second spell, one more glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate will be produced, then it will be reacting with the DHAP, and then it converts into glucose 6 phosphate, and later this glucose 6 phosphate, it converts into glucose. Now इधर समझ में ना, रिडक्शन समझ में ना. नाउ 5 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates bahar aaya na. Now this 5 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates, each consisting of 3 carbons, that means 5 3 is 15. By utilizing 3 ATPs, again they reform the ribulose 1,5 biphosphates, that means RUBPs, and each RUBP consisting of 5 carbons. Like that, how many are formed? 3. So 3 5 is 15, 5 3 is 15. So each RUBP it utilizes 1 ATP. So how many are formed? 3. So 3 ATPs are utilized. Now the total dark reaction के लिए how many ATPs are utilized? Now the एक ग्लूकोज फॉर्मेशन के लिए 6 turns of Kelvin cycle. That means one glucose need 6 repetitions of Kelvin cycle. One glucose formation के लिए 18 ATPs are utilized, and one glucose formation के लिए 12 NADPHs are required. So this is all about the Kelvin cycle or dark reaction, or which is also called as carbon fixation or biochemical pathway, or any other name. 6 names may you can call any path, any name, even C3 pathway also you can call. But I think so you must have understood so clearly, because every sentence I repeated twice thrice, because in my absence I am explaining this. That's why I need to explain so clearly. You should not feel my absence, so I am repeating every point twice thrice. I think you understood, but still if you don't understand, please ask me any doubt. Thank you so much.